Hey everyone, and welcome back to my recording behind the scenes series of my song This I Know. And today we are finally jumping into vocals, where we get to lay down our primary melody vocal track and then see if we can add anything else in. Maybe it needs some backup vocals, maybe it doesn't. We're going to figure that out as we go. But I am excited to have you here with me as we go about this, and I'm going to show you how I set up for some vocals and then how I actually record them. So let's jump into it. Okay, so I'm just starting off the same way we had before, where I'm creating a track for our vocals. I'll make sure it's on audio, and my input is the Apollo 2 input, so that track is now made. I'm going to label it lead vox, because that's what's going there. And next I'm just going to show you my microphone setup before I jump into a few other details of how I prepare for recording vocals. So this is a condenser mic. It is a Lawton Audio Atlantis. I really like this mic, and I'll give you a bit of a snippet of what it sounds like as well. All right, so here is what this microphone sounds like. And what I like about this is it just captures that full body sound of my voice, which I appreciate. Now, there's a couple things that I do a little bit differently when I'm recording vocals instead of recording other instrumentation. The first thing is my actual in-ears. I use just like regular in-ears that go right in your ear instead of the over-ear headphones that I've been using to record other stuff. And the reason is because of bleed. So bleed is when you have just the sounds of the recording, like the actual instrumentation that you're hearing for reference, or even like the click track that's happening, it gets picked up by the microphone. Because you're so close to the microphone, it picks up a lot of that sound. The other thing I do is I add what's called a pop filter. Now you can make your own sort of creative style of doing it, but they sell them in a couple different styles usually. This is a double pop filter, so I don't know if you can see that division in there, which basically means it's got a pop filter on either side. And then there's a single pop filter, which is just the one layer here. And what a pop filter does is when you're talking into a mic, if I go with P's, all that air is hitting the capsule of the microphone, and it's actually causing that distortion sound in it. But if I put this pop filter over top, it catches that air and it keeps it from hitting in. Or if I do the double one, it's going to work in the same way. I find the single is fine for me. And all I do is it's got this little like clamp section on it. So I clamp that to the pole or the mic stand. And then I position this just in front of the capsule. Probably, honestly, like if this was the capsule here, it's maybe an inch or two away from the capsule itself. And then when I'm singing, I try and keep myself about an inch off of the pop filter. So I'm a few inches away from the microphone entirely. But that's what I do to record. Just keeps things simple for me. It sounds pretty good, I think, and that's just the setup that I use for recording off of one of these microphones for vocals. So I'm going to jump in and do the vocals now. And I know that I don't know everything, 'cause I don't need to know but help me to trust in what you can do. But one thing I know for sure is my God who does. Yes, this I know. So you can see that I recorded the first vocal track and then I recorded again just because I wasn't totally satisfied with the first take. And this little piece in the bridge, I just noticed that there was a spot in the bridge I didn't like, so I re-recorded that to make sure that I had something to work with. So you can see the part that I cut out and replaced into that second take. I didn't use the first take at all, so I'm going to delete all these extra tracks that I don't need. And here is the track that I'm going to stick with. Now we're actually going to look at some vocal pitch correction. So if you click this button in Logic, it actually opens up your options, and then you have this flex pitch on each channel that you can select. It's going to actually analyze the track and set it up for you to use the flex pitch. And once that is done, you can get into editing some vocals. So I'm just going to show you just briefly on one example of what that looks like. You can just double click the track like we did for editing before, and it'll open up this editing window for you. If you click that same hourglass sort of on its side button, like we saw at the top, it will change everything over to the flex pitch editing window. And I'm going to zoom in a bit here and just start off at the very beginning of the song. So we'll listen to it first. And I know. So you can see that it's actually got this real ramp into the note, which I want to have that a little more leveled out. So I'm going to grab this pitch drift on the beginning part of the note and pull that up just to sort of even it out a bit more. And here's what it sounds like now. And I know that So now that that note has been done, I can actually move through the rest of the track and edit any other notes that need to be fixed. You really want to use this sparingly because if you use it too much, it'll sound robotic. So just use it where it needs it. And then once I'm done that first pass through, I go through the whole thing again and make sure that I fix any portion that needs to be fixed on that second time through. Now I'm just going to balance out the tracks like I've done in the past, and then I will give you just some of the parts of the song as it sits now, just before mixing, so you can hear where the song currently sits. And I know that I don't know everything, but one thing I know for sure is who you are. And again, and again, and again. Don't need to know everything, but help me to trust in what you can do. 'Cause I know that I don't know everything, but one thing I know for sure is my God who does. Yes, this I know. And we're done. We've recorded everything that we needed to record. Our vocals were that last piece on top of this recording to get it all finished. Now all we have to do is get into mixing the song, making sure that it all sounds good and balanced together, ready to get out for listening ears to hear it. So hopefully you'll join me in the next one as we tackle that, as we get this song mixed and ready to distribute to everyone who's out there. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And as always, love you guys.